welcome to my channel. If you have been here before, welcome once again to the Cunningham Homeschool Classroom. But if you are new here, my name is Myrna Cunningham, and I do videos all about homeschooling and then just a few life videos every once in a while. Today's video, I wanted to do a flip through on this Bible study. I got this Bible study off of Amazon, very inexpensive. I want to say I paid like $8, maybe $10, if I remember correctly, is what I want to say. But this is one of the things that we will be doing in the homeschool classroom this year. I really wanted to focus a little bit more on Bible studies in the homeschool classroom this year. My oldest is starting to get to the point where he's starting to understand a little bit more about the Bible. And so I really want to focus from now on more on the Bible and stories and studies and stuff like that. So I found this off of Amazon. I have never done this before. This is new. So I just wanted to do a quick flip through in case anybody was interested in this Bible study. They were kind of eyeing it, but just didn't know if it would really work for them. I'm hoping this video will help so you can see the inside of the book. So the book is called Bible Study Workbook for Kids, and it is by Jenny Ingram. And there's lessons, activities, quizzes, and questions that deepens your faith. And so, I mean, look at how beautiful the pictures are. Like they're pretty. They're so cute. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Okay, so here we have the table of contents, and it starts with week 1. If I am not mistaken, this is broken up into 52 weeks. However, we won't be doing 52 weeks. We're just kind of going to do it as we have time to do it, things like that. So we might get this book finished way before the 52 weeks, or we might not. I don't know. But it looks, from kind of what I've seen, it does look like it's a fairly easy study. So I think we should be able to finish this fairly quickly. So it begins with the very beginning. Of course, we're talking about creation there. And then it just keeps going, and then we're talking about Moses, and then we're talking about the strength of Samson, and then we're talking Solomon seeks God's wisdom, and Nehemiah, a man of prayer. And if we flip the page, it continues here more on the table of contents. A message from John the Baptist, Jesus calms the storm, the lost son, Jesus the King, and then we start getting into like the Last Supper, and then how Jesus dies on the cross, and then he resurrects on the third day. And then towards the end, it starts talking about what heaven will be like, the armor of God, and that is also another study that we are doing this year, the armor of God. And then it ends with faith that saves. So here's just like a quick introduction. They're talking about how they wrote this book as a mother who has always wanted to help her kids discover and understand the love of God. And that's exactly what my purpose was as well for purchasing this. So this is pretty spot on. My goal is for you and your parents or guardians or, to have accessible Bible stories, lessons, and supporting exercise to help grow in your relationship with God. So it is crafted with these things in mind. It is written for you, but it is for your family to use together. It is written for parents to use as a resource. The story summarizes. It does not cover every detail of every Bible story. So that's what I wanted. I kind of wanted something that talked about the story, but really didn't dive too deep to where my son wasn't going to understand. So this is perfect for that. And then supporting exercise, object lessons, and discussion questions. And then, yep, it just keeps going there. I'll let you read that. But that is the introduction to this. Okay, and then here it tells you how to use the book. Inside are, all of the lessons here from the Old Testament, and then it talks about the 26 from the New Testament. It talks about, the best way to start is to start from the very beginning and just basically go in order. So you'll have your Bible lessons, then you'll have your exercise, and this is on the page activity. This is an object lesson, a little hands-on fun, and then we have the discussion questions. So beautiful. Look at that. It's such a cute book. Okay, so now we're going into just what we're going to do is just the flip through. So let's just go ahead and begin with the flip through here. So here you have week 1, the very beginning, and then it does, tell you where the references are for the Bible. So here's the story, and then here's the message. Okay, so here we have like unscrabble it, and it does tell you to read Genesis, 1 through 2. And so then, yes, and so then it does give you like where to find the word to unscrabble it. And then, okay, so you do have the answers in the back of the book. Don't let your kids know that though. And then here they're talking about like a challenge. So might be like a sensory thing, like a craft maybe or something. In this situation, we're talking about, looks like we're going to need some clay or some Play-Doh, which we have that laying around here in the homeschool classroom. And then it looks like you need a timer, and then, it just tells you the directions, and then it goes into, the lesson. Here are the questions. And then we just continue on. So now I'm just going to just flip through it. I'm not going to really be talking any more about it. So just if you wanted to see what this is about. Okay, so that is the flip through. I didn't go through every single page because essentially it's all about the same. And so then once you get to the end, you start seeing the answer key here. So you have, oops, hit my tripod there. So you have all of the answers. And then here is a little bit about the author there, Jenny. So yeah, so there is Jenny there. This is definitely this is not the only Bible study that we are doing. This is more just like an extra, I guess I should say. And essentially that's exactly what I would suggest that it be, is that it's just an extra. The stories, are, again, they just kind of go straight to the point. They don't really dive too deep into it, but it's probably just perfect enough for, like, a first grader, a second grader. Yes, I do have, my oldest is going in third grade, so this might actually be a little too easy for him. But that is okay. That just means we're going to finish it a lot faster, which is perfectly a-okay with me, because like I said, this is not our main Bible curriculum that we are doing. Our main Bible curriculum is God's big story, and there will be a flip through on that coming as well. But yeah, I just thought I'd share this with you in case you're interested and you wanted to just see a little bit more. I do have other flip through videos that I do of curriculum. As I've mentioned before, I do find flip through videos do help me in making my decision whether or not that is something that I want to purchase for my homeschool classroom or not. So I hope this was helpful. And of course, I will have the link for this on Amazon. For the price, like $8 to $10, I'd say this is really well worth it. And this might even be something that if you have like a little kids, you know, class for church, you can even just like copy some of this and do your lesson on it. So yeah, that is the Bible study workbook for kids flip through. And I hope to see you in my next video. And until next time, thank you so much.